Nearly 2 years ago, I began work on CrossBlogger. CrossBlogger is my first Go project, and recently I rewrote the entire program. You can see 598 deletions. The initial program was just a single main.go file and then like the readme and that type of stuff. But the actual code was just in main.go. So a pretty small program. Now it's grown significantly. And here's a simple website that I'll use as a showcase. So we have two posts. These posts are mirrored from Blogger using CrossBlogger, or not mirrored, because these were posted just outright, they aren't being mirrored. Either way, you can see here, Hello Earth. This is a blog, it's not currently published, which is why it's not live here. However, if we actually run CrossBlogger in watch mode, the interval is 5 seconds. In reality, you shouldn't have this as 5 seconds in production, because you might run into rate limits and there's really no point. Because even if there are two blog posts that occur in the interval, they will still both be posted, or they should at least. Blogger, that's our source, and then markdown is the destination. We are using Git here, and we have overwrite enabled, meaning that the post can be deleted if, for example, it's a draft or it's reverted to a draft in Blogger. Then CrossBlogger will delete it from the Hugo site. Canonical URL is disabled because SEO, search engine optimization, Blogger is most likely not your primary platform you want your Hugo website to be, meaning you should also turn off visible to search engines in Blogger. And then we have generate LLM descriptions enabled, as Blogger does not support returning the post description via the API, and even enabling it is hidden in the submenu. So this can be disabled, and frankly, I don't even think you need a post description in Hugo, but if you want them to be LLM generated, you can enable it. Also, the LLM, it can be either through OpenAI's API or any other OpenAI compatible API, meaning you can even self-host the LLMs and use them, or Ollama just works. Let's run this. It should be loaded now, meaning if we publish and go back to the terminal, it should load. Again, it'll take minimum 5 seconds, as that's the interval. Actually, not the minimum if it's in the middle of the interval waiting period. It committed and it pushed the changes. I just realized I don't have the CrossBlogger website, not website, but CrossBlogger Git repo up. You can use Vercel or Netlify, GitHub Pages, whatever. In this case, I'm just using Vercel through a workflow. You generally would not need to use a workflow if you are using GitHub or GitLab. I'm using a Gitty instance for test CrossBlogger, which is why I have to use a workflow. Also, Gitty does not currently support a pages-like function. Anyway, it's extremely fast. The actual build is less than a second. In fact, it's often less than 100 milliseconds. But actually uploading the files to Vercel, building it in Vercel because it has to install Hugo as well, that adds to the 30-some second deploy time. If we reload, however, you will see Hello Earth. Hello Earth, it has this image. I recently went to Cornell, so this is the picture I took on campus. Really nice campus. This is the LLM generated description. Again, this can easily be disabled, and it's not a multimodal AI either way, so it won't be accurate when it comes to images, and it will hallucinate most likely. It is published though, which is great. But let's say for whatever reason, oh, I don't want this up, what happened, this is a bad post. One button, convert to draft. Removing post, you wait a minute, less than a minute actually, and it will be removed. Or in this case, exactly a minute. So images do work, and another cool thing is that markdown works. not just markdown, but actually converting HTML to markdown and vice versa. Formatting works just fine. Also, this theme is Papermod. I love Papermod. I use it on my personal website as well. I highly recommend it, at least currently. Seems Brave just updated, or has fetched a new update anyway. This should have completed by now. It did. If we go back to blog, there is no more Hello Earth. That's cross-blogger. There's also some other functions. You can do cross-blogger, publish, and then you can do blogger. This will publish this post, and it's just a one-time run. It's one run in the background. There also is a Docker Compose file, meaning you can just run Docker Compose up, not sudo, or maybe you would use sudo if you have rootless Docker, or you don't have your user in Docker group. Actually, you don't even need --build, but this builds the image locally, but eventually I might add it to the GitHub container registry. Either way, one command, it builds, it deploys, and it runs in the background, which is perfect. The only thing with that is you would have it in the config directory instead of in the local directory. Anyway, that's Crossblogger. It's a headless CMS for static sites powered by Google's Blogger, and eventually other platforms, maybe. Thank you.